Okay, class, for our math lesson today, it's 9-7, and I am on page 410. Today, I'm going to be honest with you. This could be a little challenging, so I want you to do just the best that you can, because this is a new concept for you. It's where we're going to be subtracting with the zeros and having to borrow. All right? So we're going to do the problems on page 410. So if you look at number 1, we have 700 minus 87. All right, as you know, we always start in the 1 spot. It's a 0. I can't take 7 away, so like you normally know to do, you go to the tens place. Well, if you go to the tens place, you go, oh no, there's a 0 there too. All right, so you have to now jump to the hundredths place. And we're going to borrow 1 from the hundredths. So the 7 is going to become a 6. And you're going to actually go work your way back to here. So now you're going to go here, so you're going to carry the 1 and you're going to get 10. But you can't subtract that yet because remember we have to start in the ones column. So now we have 10. I can borrow from the 10 now, and that's going to become 9. And I'm going to bring that 1 all the way back to the ones place. Now I can do my subtraction. 10 minus 7 is 3. 9 minus 8 is 1. And 6 minus imaginary 0 is 6. So the answer is 613. So before we could even do the ones column, we had to do all these other steps first. All right? Let's go to number 2. Again, we're going to start in the ones column. 4 minus 3 is 1. That was good. Now I have, excuse me, Sadie, get out of the way. Now I have 0 minus 5. I have 0 and I can't do 5. So I'm going to borrow from the hundredths. Okay, like you did yesterday. So that's going to become a 7, and I bring the 1 back to the tens place. So now I have 10. 10 minus 5 is 5, and 7 minus 2 is 5. So we have 551. All right, let's go to number 3. I'm starting the ones column. I have 1, and I can't take away 2. So I'm going to go to the tens, and I go, uh-oh, I have a 0 here. So I have to go to the next house, which is the hundredths. And I'm going to borrow from the 5. That's become a 4. Then I'm going to work my way back to the tens. I'm going to put the 1 here. Okay. Now, before I subtract, I'm going to borrow. That 2 still needs some help. So I'm going to borrow. I'm going to cross out the 10 and make that a 9. And I bring the 1 back over to here. So now I have 11 minus 2. That's 9. 9 minus 4 is 5, and 4 minus 3 is 1. So I have 159. Okay? Let's go to number 4. Okay, I'm going to start in the ones column. I have 0, so I have to borrow. So I go to the tens column. That's also 0. So I'm going to go to the hundreds column. So I'm going to borrow a 10, so that's going to become a 1. Then I'm going to work my way back here. I'm going to carry that 1 here. I have 10. Before I can subtract, I have to go to this way. So I'm going to cross out the 10 and put a 9. And bring a 1 over to here. So now I have 10 minus 8, which is 2. 9 minus 3 is 6. And 1 minus an imaginary 0 is 1. So it's 162. Okay? Here we go. Number 5. It's like just like the same thing. We've got 2 zeros here. I can't subtract. I've got 0 minus 8. I can't do that. There's nothing to borrow in the 10, so I'm going to go right to the hundreds. Borrow 1, that becomes a 6. That becomes a 10, which then I can borrow. So I'm going to borrow a 1, make that a 9, and then this will become a 10 in the ones column. Now I can subtract. 10 minus 8 is 2. 9 minus 2 is 7. And 6 minus 1 is 5. Okay, number 6. 6 minus 5 I can do. That's 1. 0 minus 3 I can't do, so I go to the hundreds. That becomes a 4, and this becomes a 10. 10 minus 3 is going to be 7, and 4 minus 1 is going to be a 3. So 371. Now, if I flip it over to the other side, we have number 7. Again, we start in the ones column. I can't do that because I have 7. I can't take away 8. So I go to the tens place. It's a 0 there. So I got to borrow from the hundreds. That 9 becomes an 8. I bring the 1 back over. Now that's 10. Now I can borrow. So I'm going to borrow. So that becomes a 9. I'm going to bring the 1 over there to the ones place. 17 minus 8 is 9. 9 minus 8 is 1. And 8 minus an imaginary 0 is 8. So it's 819. Right, number 8, the story problem. There are 100 math problems on a test. Mark gets 17 problems wrong. How many math problems does Mark get correct? Okay, so he has 100 math problems. He's going to get 17 wrong. Don't forget to put, your equal sign in. Now, let's go through and solve. I've got 2 zeros here, so I can't take anything away, so I can't borrow from the 10, so I'm going to borrow from the 1, so that's going to become a 0. Bring that 1 over to the tens place. Now I have 10. I can borrow from the 10, that becomes 9, and I'm going to bring that 1 over there, so I have 10 there. So 10 minus 7 is 3. 9 minus 1 is 8. And 0 minus imaginary 0 is 0, and I don't need to put the 0 there. So Mark gets 83 problems correct. We're not going to do number 9. So good luck with this. Email me if you have any questions.